All right, let's get right into it. We're breaking down 100 Deadly Skills Survival Edition, which comes from former Navy SEAL Clint Emerson. And let me tell you, this isn't about your average weekend camping trip. This is about adopting the mindset and learning the skills of an elite operative, designed for one thing: to keep you alive when everything has gone completely sideways.
The book kicks off with this quote from Carl Sagan. And wow, it really sets the tone, doesn't it? It's a pretty stark reminder that, in the big picture, survival isn't something that's just handed to us. It's an achievement. It's something you have to fight for against some pretty incredible odds.
So, let me ask you a question, and I want you to really think about it for a second. When disaster strikes, a hurricane, a massive power outage, whatever the crisis might be, who is the very first person on the scene?
That's right. The answer is you. You are the first responder. Professional help might be minutes, hours, maybe even days away. So your survival and the survival of the people around you, it all rests on how you prepared and how you act in those first critical moments.
So the big question is, how do we get ready for that moment? Well, Clint Emerson says it all starts by shattering a really dangerous illusion that most of us live with every day: the illusion of safety.
Just think about it for a second. We rely on our phones for GPS, the internet for literally everything, the power grid to run our lives. These things make life easy, sure, but Emerson calls them our biggest security vulnerabilities. Our total dependence on these systems has kind of made us soft, less independent, and just dangerously unprepared for the moment they fail. And they will fail.
And this chart here just lays it out perfectly. The two mindsets, the two paths you can take. On one side, you've got complacency. That's assuming everything will be fine, reacting in shock when it's not, and, becoming a liability. But on the other side, you have preparedness, knowing that systems can and do fail, planning for it ahead of time, and becoming an asset, not just to yourself, but to everyone around you.
Okay, so let's get to the real core of the book. It's not about buying the fanciest gear or the biggest truck. It's about developing an aggressive, proactive mindset. It's about learning how to think like a Navy SEAL.
Emerson breaks this down into 4 key pillars. Think of it like a ladder. You start with situational awareness, just observing your world. Then, personal and cultural awareness, knowing how to blend in or not stand out. From there, you move to active threat reduction, making yourself a less appealing target. And finally, if you have to, aggressive action, acting with total decisiveness.
And that first pillar, situational awareness, it's the foundation for everything else. It's honestly as simple as just looking up from your phone. It's knowing where the exits are in a restaurant. It's always thinking one step ahead of what could possibly go wrong.
Now, once you've got that mindset dialed in, then we can start talking about the practical tools. Emerson gets into the essential gear you should have ready to go at a moment's notice, starting with what's in your pockets right now. And we're not just talking about your wallet and keys here. His idea of an everyday carry kit is all about multi-purpose items hiding in plain sight. A sturdy steel pen? That's a defensive weapon. A simple bandana can be a tourniquet, a water filter, a signal flag, you name it. Even your Kevlar shoelaces can be turned into a friction saw to cut through zip ties. And this thinking extends to your car, which is probably your most underutilized survival asset. Go beyond the basic first aid kit. We're talking duct tape for everything. A tactical shovel, a water purifier. The goal is to turn your car into a mobile command center for when you need to get out of Dodge, and fast.
So you've got the mindset, you've got the gear. Now it's time to put it all into practice. This last section is all about the ingenious, clever skills you need to master any environment, whether you're lost in the woods or stuck in a crumbling city. So picture this: you're stranded somewhere. The sun is going down, it's getting cold, you've got no matches, no lighter. But you do have that dead phone in your pocket. That useless brick is now your last hope. This is where things get really wild. By carefully, and I mean carefully, piercing a lithium-ion battery, you can make it short-circuit. And when it does, it erupts in a powerful, hot flame. Now, Emerson makes it crystal clear. This is incredibly dangerous and an absolute last resort. But it could be that one trick that saves your life.
Okay, what about this one? A classic survival problem. You found water, which is great, but it looks like swamp water. You don't have a fancy filter, no way to boil it. What do?
The answer is just brilliantly simple. You grab an old plastic bottle, a sock,
And then you layer in some charcoal from your fire, some sand, and some gravel. You pour the nasty water in the top, and cleaner water drips out the bottom. It's the perfect example of how knowledge and resourcefulness will always beat expensive gear.
And really, when you boil it all down, it comes back to this one powerful idea from Clint Emerson himself. You can't control the storm. You can't control the crisis. The only thing you ever have control over is how you've prepared for it and how you choose to respond when it hits.
So I'll leave you with this. When it all falls apart, you're going to be one of two things: an asset or a liability. Which one will you be? The answer to that question really depends on the choices you start making right now.